Today's episode is brought to you by Yes Way Rosé, a female-founded wine brand that's bringing a refreshing twist to game day. We'll cheers to them in a bit, but first, let's get into the episode. Hello and welcome back to Well Played, presented by This Game. I'm Caroline Hendershot.
And I'm Blake Morgan. Oh my God, girl, you had your first Sunday night football. Sunday day?
Sunday day.
Sunday day.
Sunday day
it just
football.
It's not the same ring. It's
No, I know.
Je ne sais quoi.
I know. You really want to say Sunday night because it rolls off the tongue.
I'm just going to say that anyway.
Okay.
Going forward.
Every game?
Even if you're like on the field at 1 p.m., right?
Even if it's like Monday night?
No.
Okay.
I'll be right about that.
I appreciate
Just
that.
Sunday day.
Okay, just Sunday day. But yes, had my first Sunday day. We'll get into that a little bit later. The boys looked pretty good.
I know. I was surprised to see the score.
You know what wasn't good? The weather. But then she
No.
did come around. So beggars
It
can't
was
be
like
choosers.
a disgusting rainy weekend.
Yeah,
in
freaking classic.
the Northeast.
Yeah.
In New York, New Jersey.
But yeah, I saw you last night because you can't get enough of me.
It's so special when I get to see you multiple nights in a week.
Multiple
nights.
and in a row, nonetheless.
I know.
We went to an InStyle Times Delta collab event for New York Fashion Week. And first of all, I was so self-conscious walking in there because I was like, it's Fashion Week. I wasn't feeling my fit. And then I saw you and then I felt better because you were
we
oh,
followed the
you look so
assignment.
cute.
It was sporty chic.
No,
that was the dress
I know,
code.
but that is also a hard dress code to follow.
I
Do you
know.
want a jersey? Do you not? Like someone there was wearing a jersey. So there's like a whole spectrum you can go. I don't know. I overthought it. Hello, do you know me?
I know. I do know
Welcome
you.
to the plan. But yeah, we got to see your girl. And we had
We did see my girl.
Trouble in Paradise?
Yeah, a little. Because I just felt, okay, so the girl in question is an elephant.
Ellie
Her
the
name is
elephant.
Ellie.
Did you not feel special because she was flirting with everyone?
She kind of was flirting with everybody, just giving out her trunk to whoever was asking for it.
I was gonna say we did have a moment.
You
me
guys
and
kissed.
Her. We had a mwah.
Yeah,
you know?
I was right there.
Yeah, I know.
What the hell, Ellie?
It was in your face.
No, but also I just felt like it was like the backup Ellie the elephant, low key.
Oh, really?
Like I feel like they have an Ellie the elephant for game day.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because they need to like have the best Ellie.
I
forward.
don't know. The way that Ellie was shaking those hips, I was like,
in our picture too. I think like someone has a video of us
Yeah, she was.
shaking.
Shaking.
Shaking
It's on my
Light
iPhone.
ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say hips, but okay, yeah, hips don't lie. But yeah, that was really really fun. I liked that, and then
We also rode the elevator with the Love Island person.
yes,
Girl.
I did not watch Love Island, so
I
I
thought
wasn't.
you did. Am I tweaking?
No, I watched UK many moons ago
Okay.
with Molly May. That's like OG.
Right. I remember
Yeah.
you told me about that.
But I did not watch US.
Okay, I didn't either, but I still felt cool.
No, totally. I felt
I'm
cool.
such a sucker.
But also, I was like, once again, your fit is so much cooler than mine. I
Hers is
now
really
am
cool. She has a
self-conscious.
stylist, Caroline.
I mean, so do I. It's my sister.
You don't pay her.
Correct. That is correct. I pay her in affection and love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Free babysitting nights.
Exactly.
She was looking so cute. And we got to hear, as people who didn't watch Love Island, that she used to work in elevators because we were at the
this
edge.
was such a niche, and I love niche facts like this.
Yeah, we were at the edge, which is where the event was. You get look out over New York City, but the point is that it's super high. I think it's like on the 101st floor.
Yeah.
So when you step in the elevator, it plays like this whole
Like video.
Video,
To
it
distract
felt like a
you that
music
you're
video.
like rocketing upwards.
but it made it worse. Actually, I had like
And my ears popped.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
it gave me vertigo.
Yeah.
And so she made a comment. What did she say? She was like, "Oh, I used to work in elevators, and I know that
They're making so much money off this ad or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is so niche. I love it. It's like me when I read graphics on like sport broadcasts. I'm like, that's wrong. That's wrong. They popped that up late.
In this case, she was right.
That should have
though.
been shorter. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I'm just like the
So
worst.
if you're a Love Island fan, we got to ride with your girl in an elevator. No big deal.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Also, the only thing I will say is that the people of Delta probably didn't know that they were in the presence of Delta royalty, as in, yes, my father
Princess
was
Delta.
Captain Carl for 30 plus years with Delta.
she doesn't get premier status, so I don't really know how royal she is. But
No, I don't, which is just like, it really just doesn't do
makes
well
no
for my
sense.
credibility. But anyways, go Captain Carl. Since
Last-
retired, but
yeah.
you know, say lovey. Okay, we also are really excited to share that we have a guest later on in this episode, Golden State Valkyries player Kate Martin. We filmed this with her last Friday.
Yeah.
She was incredible, loved her. She was like definitely a little reserved, and then we got her
She spread her wings.
yeah, we got her a new nickname. You'll have to listen
Oh my
to
God, it's a
hear
fun
it.
one too.
And she was just vibing with us. I liked it.
Yeah.
She tells us all about the excitement of the team making its first ever playoff run. And We actually talked to her right after the Caitlin Clark season-ending announcement that she would no longer return because of her groin injury. So we got to hear.
And they were like besties, you know what I mean?
They,
'Cause played at
I think
Iowa
they
together.
currently still are besties. So we got to hear her initial reaction as well. So stay tuned for that because that was a really great interview. And I also really liked a lot of the things that she was saying about like her belief in herself and the whole draft process. I love her. So it was great.
It was a natural one. And then can I just, one really quick thing, plug?
Please.
Is this package I got from ESPN.
You mean your workout.
It was my workout of the week, y'all. So NWSL soccer is back. Obviously approaching the playoffs, but you can spend Sundays with ESPN with their Sunday ritual package that they sent me. It was literally a 50-pound package. I pushed it up my stairs as if I was Sisyphus and the package was the boulder.
You really have that that reference on lock
Because it's like a known
Sisyphus.
Yes, come on.
Sorry.
He just keeps pushing the rock and then it falls on him, and it's an analogy for life.
I know what the thing looks like. I didn't know his name.
Sisyphus.
Sisyphus.
That was me. I'm him. I'm her.
I'm him. I am her.
Anyway, so they sent me this big ass package, and I opened it, and it was like a screen with Trinity Rodman, all of these other NWSL players who I can't think of right now because I was just so dumbstruck because it started singing to me. It was a little iPad in the thing, and it started singing to me, I want a Sunday.
Oh, and also,
kind of love.
not to interrupt your beautiful karaoke, but she did voice memo me this entire recap with the
You're getting the Caroline
sing-along.
experience.
Yeah.
I just wanted to shout it out because it was the craziest PR I've ever received in my life.
No,
I wanted to
looked
bring it here
sick.
to open it together, but it was just far too heavy.
But she was like, no, that is a workout I did not subscribe for. So anyways, she'll bring me some goodies next week, and I'll share them on my story as well.
Shall we dive into today?
Yes, please. Also, you know my spiel. Make sure you're checking out our full-length video of this or every episode on YouTube. Just search for Well Played by the Skim. Or if you just prefer to listen to our annoying voices, make sure you're hitting the follow button on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Thank you very much.
got it
Love
down
you.
pat,
Mean
girl.
it. That's it.
Let's hit it.
Okay.
We're going to start today with a segment we haven't done in a while called Pretty Boys of the NFL.
Ah, miss them. So glad
Miss
they're
them
back.
so much.
Okay, shall we?
Yeah, so this week in Pretty Boys of the NFL, we are talking spitting, slapping, and the revenge of Dildo Gate.
3 things you'd never thought you'd hear, but here we are.
Yes, okay, so let's start with the Bills-Ravens game because this is the one that coming out of the weekend, everyone was like,
This was
is
for
crazy.
real Sunday Night Football.
Right.
Yeah. And
Actual
it was
nighttime.
actually insane because not only did I wake up at the crack ass of dawn for my 1 p.m. game, I then stayed up past my bedtime. Grandma was loving this game and couldn't get enough of it. And I stayed up to watch the end of this game because it all came down to like the final 2 minutes essentially. And then Scott came home from late night hockey and I thought he was an intruder. It was a whole thing, but it's fine. We persevered. We're here.
You persevered, yes.
So essentially the Bills were trailing by 15 points in the fourth quarter and they came back and they won it 41-40. It was the craziest game. And honestly, everyone was like, oh, it's the matchup again from last year and we're going to see the Ravens get revenge. And I thought they played out of their minds, the Ravens, but then it was like, it's just, you know how we have talked about in the past, Patrick Mahomes just makes this like magic happen. I think Josh Allen now has that for like the final ender of games because holy cannoli, the odds of Ravens winning were at 99.1% with 4 minutes and 48 seconds left on the clock.
Damn.
99.1.
I think he just heard his Haley's voice in his head saying, Joshy, let's go, bring it home. I think that's what happened.
If I heard my significant other's voice saying that line verbatim in my head, I would slap them.
Well, Josh is
I'm sure she had some like maybe she was quippier, you know? I think she probably had a good zing in there. But yeah, it was insane. I don't think this is anything against the Ravens. I don't think it's like, oh my God, the Bills are for sure going to the Super Bowl. I literally think we will see this exact game take place again in January when the playoffs are here. So I think it's going to be,
I like this prediction.
keep this in mind. It's going to be a doozy in January.
Put this one in the back pocket, all right?
Yeah, and literally it just ends up with who ends up having the ball when the clock runs out. It's crazy.
Okay, from this game, though, I also heard about this Bills fan who pushed DeAndre Hopkins and Lamar Jackson's helmets.
Yeah, they were like excited, I think.
Really?
Maybe caught up in the moment, and then they like...
But he was a Bills fan.
No, but they like pushed the helmet when they were... I don't think... It didn't look to me like it was like a ha. But I think it was just like, I'm so like into the moment. I forget what I'm doing. And like people have to come back down to earth before these moments because this fan got banned indefinitely from all NFL stadiums.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what happens when you freaking do that. Do not touch. It is like the zoo on steroids. First of all, you shouldn't treat people like zoo animals. You shouldn't treat zoo animals like zoo animals, but aminals. I just think like, people get too wrapped up in the moment, and because they're right there and you can touch them and there's like no fence or anything, it's like, I'm gonna touch them. It's like, no, don't do that.
Don't touch.
Don't pour the beer on someone's head when they Lambo leap into the stands. Don't do it. Just be classy and accept the L, okay? That's all I gotta say. Me, however, I will not be classy when I lose. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I buy that.
Okay, let's move on to Dildogate 2.0.
Right. So this was the Bengals-Browns game, and it was pretty close to the score of 17-16 with Joe Burrow and friends winning. But I actually wanted to open the door, or the floor, I should say, to you, Caroline. Because if I recall correctly, maybe like a month and a half ago, when we started talking about Dildogate at WNBA games, you invited our fans, our listeners, anybody who will listen to us, to throw dildos instead at NFL players if they really had a problem. You know what I mean? So I just like wanted to know if you had any apologies you wanted to issue or things you wanted to say. No Notes app apologies allowed in this tense.
I will not be posting a Notes app apology. Instead, I will be directly talking to you at home. I am sorry for ever challenging the dildo throwers because I should have known that they were reckless and
they were going to come.
They would hear my challenge, my literal direct challenge where I said, if you're going to throw it at a WNBA court, do it with your chest. Throw it on the NFL court or field. And I am sorry for all Browns players, fans, anyone who was at that game who had to witness the green dildo literally getting kicked off the field by the ref. It is my naivete that I will never challenge the dildo throwers again. And maybe we just like don't throw them at sporting events. I don't know. Crazy idea.
I think that's the challenge. The don't throw the dildo challenge.
Yeah,
Let's go.
That's a good one.
Go.
Yeah. But I'm glad that they listened to Well Played and they heard me and they said bet.
In that way.
Yeah. So positive
Silver
spin
linings.
coming right back around. But yeah, that was crazy. So anyways, it has now made its way to the NFL. We probably should stop highlighting it because I feel like it just gives like bad reinforcement. But you know what? It's so crazy I can't not talk about it.
I know, and this was just a public apology. Maybe we don't acknowledge it anymore.
Yeah. Okay. I agree.
We'll see.
I like that. From here on out.
In other gate news, though, Spitgate.
Yeah.
That's was the latest gate.
This was a big one.
Right. Want to tell us what happened?
So, Thursday Night Football. It was a little, butting of the heads between some rivals with the Eagles and the Cowboys. Now, this is so funny because literally there were not 4 seconds off the clock and we got an ejection.
Right.
Yeah. So Eagles player Jalen Carter, a defensive lineman, he was caught spitting on and at Dak Prescott because they, got in each other's faces as alpha males love to do.
Ew.
Yeah, I know. And they were, talking trash. And then Jalen Carter spit at him. And let me tell you, it is always the second guy who gets caught. Okay? Everyone say it with me now. It's always the second person who gets caught. So when someone does something to you, don't retaliate. Just go tattletale. But what we didn't see until like the very end of the game, like way, way, way later. So he spits on Dak. He gets ejected.
Well, Dak spits on him first.
But no.
What?
Wait, yeah. So he spits on Dak. He gets ejected for unsportsmanlike conduct, okay? He's out of the game. 4 seconds off the clock, literally.
I see where you're going with this.
Okay. Now, not until like way, way later, I literally don't even know when, does it come out that we see an angle from a different camera that shows Dak spitting in his direction. It's interesting too because he like kind of spits over his lineman towards him, but like I don't know. And then he tried to explain it away in his post-game presser, and I was like, that was very creative storytelling, sir. We all know you were spitting at him, but okay. So we didn't see that part, and of course the refs didn't see it until later. So Jalen Carter got ejected. Yeah, I mean, don't know him.
No, I know, but it's like
spit at a person.
First. It's
no,
like
I
totally
know, but
that
that's
vibe.
you can't retaliate. And we'll get to the next story, which there was no second retaliation, and the first person did get.
I just like because I saw the Dak video where Dak went first, and then Jalen, and Dak has just like this shit-eating grin. You know what I mean? Like he knows what he did.
Of course,
he knows what he did.
It's the older sibling,
yes,
who like poked the bear of the younger sibling so many times, and then the younger sibling lost their shit. And
are you speaking from experience?
No, me never. 3 older siblings, never. Yeah. So unfortunate, but I think this is a lesson to all. Maybe let's not spit on people.
Also, it's just crazy because like you have all this money, but as Countess Luann de Lesseps from Real Housewives of New York said, money can't buy you class. I don't even know if that's how the song goes. I'm in the middle of the season 3 watch right now. I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. She hasn't like hit her midlife crisis yet. She just divorced the Count.
Oh my God. No, but forever.
Stop spitting though.
Countess Luann.
Yes.
Yeah, and also stop spitting. Okay, so now we go to the Slapgate. God, there was just so many gates this past weekend. And it's only week 1.
I know,
my God.
God.
The Swifties are coming for the Chargers defensive tackle, Tart. He is not on their good side.
Not welcome.
And one place you don't want to be, the Swifties' bad side. So after the Chiefs opener against the Chargers, it was in Brazil.
Very cool.
One of the Chargers defensive tackles. So like what we see on this replay, let me paint you a picture, is Travis Kelce. He's blocking. So he like, you know, he has the guy kind of by the pads, if you will. So like if you're not watching the video, it's like almost by like your bra straps, that area of your top. That's how Travis Kelce has him. And, you know, he's blocking him through, and then the whistle gets called to end the play, and he gives him a little final shove.
Love shove.
It wasn't anything crazy. I've seen a lot crazier shoves. Let me tell you, I've done a lot crazier shoves in my time. Not on the gridiron. Maybe with my sisters.
As if.
Yeah. But so he gives him a little extra shove. Now, the defensive tackle on the Chargers, straight up, open palm, slaps the side of Travis Kelce's helmet. Just like, bop. And I was like, you gotta be kidding.
And Travis was like, what the hell?
Yeah, so then Travis is like, hello? And the ref immediately throws a flag. However, he just called it unnecessary roughness. So there was only like a penalty. There was no ejection. And the big, this was crazy. The big qualifying factor was open palm versus closed palm.
So it was open.
It was an
that
open
palm.
palm.
Was wide open.
Yes,
right?
wide open. Yeah. Yeah, so that's
it's so weird, the standards that, you know what I mean?
No, totally.
Like spinning, I mean, yes, extremely gross, disrespectful, don't do it. But I feel like physical assault of that nature.
I know. Literally couldn't
and like
agree
truly,
more.
Somebody who doesn't know football as well, I looked at the shove that Travis gave and I was like, isn't he just doing
it's
his
football.
job?
Yeah. I agree. Also, quick note, Roger Goodell was on the Today Show, and our investigative journalist Savannah Guthrie kept following up and peppering him with questions about the halftime show at the Super Bowl. And she was like, so is Taylor Swift going to perform? And he was like, I can't discuss that. And she was like, so is that a maybe? And he was like, it's a maybe. And I was like, yes, Savannah.
Persistence.
Taking one for the Swifties.
Give her the Pulitzer.
Okay. Also, I know we said we were going to touch on it earlier. The Jets, yes, my boys in green did lose 32-34.
Wait, you saw your ex-coworker, right?
Ex-coworker Aaron Rodgers. Good vibes. So the only things that I will take away, and then we're going to move on because it's, as our coach says, no moral victories. There was no wife.
No,
in presence.
Brittany was not in sight.
I did not see
Miss Brittany Rodgers.
I did not see Brittany Rodgers in sight.
Okay.
And then when he said, I felt good about like beating everyone associated with the Jets, it hit me personally because I said, you know the meme of 50 Cent where he's like, he said fuck 50. Why did he say fuck me for? That was me. That was literally me in real life. I was like, okay, rude. Thought we were friends. And then this guy got caught on the American flag. How? I don't know, but he crawled his way off.
Why was he on it in the first place?
I think he was part of the unwrapping
How did he get
of
in
it.
the middle?
I don't know. Okay. I don't know. But anyways, he crawled off. So
you saw that live?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
So that's what you have for your NFL Week 1 recap. Bang.
We really sped right through it.
Yeah. But that's the way to do it, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah. We begin playing the field with a quick recap of the U.S. Open Finals. Let's start with the men's side. Carlos Alcaraz beat Jannik Sinner in his 6th Grand Slam title.
Yeah, he did post like pictures of him getting the buzz cut. Finally, he did buzz cut reveal with his brother. So you should go look at his Instagram for that. You know, I feel like out of this weekend, everyone's just been like, these are the biggest rivals of men's tennis that we've seen since the big, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, the big 3.
Big 3, but like they tried to make it 4. It was really only 3.
They tried to make fetch happen. It wasn't going to happen.
Correct.
Which I guess we've known for a long time that these two big rivals, but they're not giving rivals to me because they're so nice and like young, you know?
Yeah, it's something about like Carlos Alcaraz's vibe. I'm just like, you're not mean.
He smiles too much. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
You know how men tell women they should smile more? He should smile less.
You should smile less. Yeah. Okay, you should say that to him next
time
you see him. Smile less.
I should. Baby boy, smile less.
I think that would go really well.
Let's talk about the women's side now with the side of history you might not know about. So let's crack open a can. You nailed it. Are you kidding?
I got a little rosé here and there, but
there you
know,
go.
a little extra doesn't hurt anyone.
I loved that. Okay, crack open a can because it's time for a refreshing take presented by Yes Way Rosé. This female-founded wine brand is all about bringing a refreshing twist to sports. So let's savor a refreshing story that caught our attention this week.
I already sipped it. I'm so sorry to tell you.
It's okay. I'll catch up.
So Aryna Sabalenka defeated Amanda Anisimova at the U.S. Open women's final on Saturday, but Aryna had another reason to celebrate. That, my dear, was winning $5 million. Again, I will take any and all donations.
Please, Aryna.
The largest prize check in the history of women's tennis, that $5 million was.
That is amazing.
That is a cheers.
I didn't open mine yet. Do you mind?
Crack it, girly.
Oh,
that was a
seamless.
good one. That was a good one. So cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Good for Aryna. Oh, that was lovely.
Mm-hmm. I can get used to this.
May or may not.
This and a side of well played. Come on.
May or may not be chugging that.
Did you know that the U.S. Open was the first major tournament to offer equal prize money to both sexes starting in 1973 thanks to Billie Jean King's fight for equality?
Our queen.
Now, all 4 Grand Slams, including the Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon, and the U.S. Open, offer equal prize money to women and men.
Just like, thank you, Billie Jean King.
That is refreshing.
Yes. As for what's next for Aryna Sabalenka, we all know she'll be hitting the court in a battle of the sexes match herself against Australian tennis player Nick Kyrgios. This man on my list. It's the same match Billie Jean King competed in after winning the fight for equal pay at the U.S. Open.
And just like how King's opponent back then, his name was Bobby Riggs, undermined the women's side, Nick Kyrgios says he doesn't need to try 100% to beat Sabalenka.
This is why he's on my list.
He is on your list. And she, let us not forget, is the women's world's #1 tennis player.
Yes. And I'm sorry to say she also had the fastest forehand of any of the men at the U.S. Open.
Right. But it's okay because she's not fazed by these comments.
Right.
She said actually in a post-U.S. Open press conference that she'd kick his you-know-what in the showdown. So not too concerned about her. I have high hopes, high confidence that she will kick his you-know-what.
You betcha.
Yes.
You know what.
I know what.
The match is taking place in January in Hong Kong, and you all know we will be rooting for our girl, Aryna.
Also, just to bring it back to when Aryna won, did you see that dress she wore?
Like when she was in non-tennis clothes, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That cinched
girl knew
dusty
what she
pink.
was doing.
She knows her color analysis, unlike myself. I'm still working on it.
I want to get that done.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I do.
By a professional. She also did, very casually, a night of my life winning the U.S. Open. Real.
Relatable.
No, so relatable.
Totally.
It was so cute. And also, she in the video showed herself getting sprayed with the champagne showers.
I like that.
And I had failed to consider that you can just tarp the locker room, obviously.
We got to work on your
I've never been in a room where I could be champagne showered,
girl,
okay?
Me either.
Hello, maybe in the well-played studio?
Yeah, we can take notes.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just saying I think most locker rooms in championship moments do tarp off. They're like, we're not going to trash
we're not going to do that to the cleaning staff.
Absolutely not. That's correct. But they did an interview on the Today Show on Monday, and
they
hilarious.
being she.
She and Aryna. Aryna and Carlos. And she said that she was supposed to do a TikTok with Carlos, But then she accidentally called him Yannick, as in
It was
Yannick Sinner.
crazy.
Yeah, that's...
As if he was supposed to be in that scene with her.
But you know what? It's a Freudian slip. Like when you know, oh, I'm not supposed to say the thing, then you always say the
Your
thing.
brain says you should do the thing you're not supposed to do.
Exactly.
The intrusive thoughts stay winning.
Yeah,
I mean, Carlos did take it like a champ. He said he blamed it on the fact that it was 9 a.m.
Also, that's not early.
It's not early, but they were probably up for a while. It's a Today show.
Correct.
Come on,
Correct.
Give them some slack.
No, I'm just saying.
It also it clearly wasn't early enough because they proceeded to cheers with champagne.
Yeah,
we cheers with Yes Way Rosé. The champs cheers with champagne.
Yeah, to each their own.
Of course,
I'll stick with.
I like ours better.
Yeah, me too.
And then also I didn't realize that this was a thing either. But Aryna was like, "Have you ever had champagne out of your?" Or they were asked if they had ever had champagne out of the cups.
Yeah,
and Aryna said she had. Carlos had not yet. He's only 22, y'all. Come on.
I didn't have a trophy in which I could ever fill it with a liquid.
Right.
If I were to have one, that would be my main vessel for many things, including ice cream, cereal, any alcoholic beverage.
Soup?
No.
Bad heat conduction.
What are you doing?
No, bad.
No.
It was just the first liquid that came to mind for me.
I understand.
Milkshake.
And final fun fact, they have the same birthday.
Carlos and Aryna?
Yeah.
How cute. And they both won.
The more you know.
Don't ask me when their birthday is, though.
Twinning and winning.
Twinning and winning.
I love it. In some WNBA news, I will just say before we get to our Kate Martin interview, Angel Reese was suspended for half a game over the weekend because of her comments that the team cited were detrimental to the team as her reasons for the suspension. And they have another game tonight, but TBD if she will sit out again. So we're just going to monitor.
Yeah. Here on Well Played, we're big fans of women who rewrite the rules of sports and come out on top. On and off the field, women are changing the game, even down to what you're sipping on when you're cheering for your home team.
Meet Yes Way Rosé, a refreshingly modern, female-founded wine brand that's giving your traditional game day beverage an upgrade.
Yes Way Rosé is light enough to sip all game long and pairs well with your favorite salty sports snacks. Hear us out. A crisp glass of Yes Way Rosé and wings is the sports equivalent of a Caesar salad, fries, and martini.
Plus, the quality is game set unmatched. Every detail of Yes Way Rosé is carefully considered, from the bottle cap to the grapes, which are hand-selected from sun-kissed vineyards in the south of France.
Beer had a good run, but just like women in sports, Yes Way Rosé is stepping in to elevate the game. That's what we call a game day well played. Visit yeswayrosé.com to learn more.
We are so excited to welcome WNBA player Kate Martin for the Golden State Valkyries to Well Played. Kate, thanks so much for joining the show.
Thanks for having me.
We were just speaking off air about how amazing the state of New Jersey is. We all are in agreement about that. And
it is not the armpit of America.
It's not. It's not. And Kate had mentioned that she really liked Jersey Shore, the show, not the actual place. And I just want to say, if you grew up in Jersey, I wonder if you had this experience. I'm going to share with you both. When I was in 6th grade and the show was like really hot, everybody in my middle school was like self-identifying on Facebook, whether or not they were Italian, which Jersey Shore star they were. So
that's hilarious.
Kate, which Jersey Shore star are you?
Oh, that's a great question.
Oh, that is a great question. And I think I would be JWoww.
Yeah, love that. Love that. Do you bring that energy with you when you go on the court?
Exactly. Yeah, she's my alter ego. KWoww.
KWoww. Okay, I actually feel like we could get this trending. I feel like this is a good nickname for you.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
We just did something.
I opened a can of worms I didn't want to open here.
No, but like a good can of worms, I think.
Yes.
The fans are going to take this and run really, really far with it. I'm so sorry. Or like, you're welcome.
Yeah, I think you're welcome.
Yeah,
for
thanks,
now,
guys.
at least.
Appreciate it.
For now. All right, we're going to hop right into it. We have to start with, I would say, a little bit of like breaking news that happened this week. Your good friend, Caitlin Clark, she announced she's out indefinitely for the rest of the season, her groin injury. First of all, how bummed were you to hear that as one of your best friends? I know it's like, it must be weird because like college teammates now no longer. And so obviously she's a competitor, but still one of your best friends. But also, does it like speak to just the intensity of your guys' league now and the amount of games you're playing?
Yeah, I would say so, yes. I think it also speaks volumes to how intense she is and how hard she goes. She has not had a break in a very long time and plays heavy minutes and always has. I don't think she missed a single game in college, and there were ankle sprains here and there, moments where she probably should have been resting and never did. And then last year, go, no break at all. And I think she doesn't know how to turn it off, which is a great thing.
Yeah.
And she just goes 110% every single possession. And so it hurts. I feel terrible for her. I never want to see anybody out with injury. And I know how much she misses basketball and misses being out there with her teammates. And so it's really hard to be sidelined from your job, from the thing you love to do and what brings you peace and joy. And so, I feel terribly for her, but I ultimately think that this is the right decision. And I'm proud of her for, making that decision. And
Totally.
Because it's not easy.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I think sometimes it's almost like when you're forced into that decision, it's sometimes better for you as an athlete, because if you have the choice, you're
not
like,
gonna do that.
yeah, you're going to push through it. And then sometimes you end up like damaging something in your body further, and it's a longer rehab process. So wishing her a speedy recovery. But yeah, it's always tough to hear.
Yeah, we should also know we're recording this on Friday, so we have the very lucky opportunity to talk to you after, that's sad breaking news, but some other amazing breaking news, which is that your team, Golden State Valkyries, made the playoffs.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes. It's so fun.
You sound really hyped right
Yeah,
now.
you're jazzed.
Sorry. I feel like my coach right now, she's like, I'm not celebrating this.
Totally.
Like,
Yeah. And it's like, it's not
over until it's
victory
over.
until it's
Exactly.
the championship. Totally. I get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But on a real note, I am very proud of my teammates and very, very excited. It was fun to celebrate that last night. And, it's been a long time coming. And I think we always kind of knew that we could do this. Is just the fact that nobody else thought we could. And so I'm just really proud of how far we've come this season and our sticking together and our connectiveness, the whole season. And so it's really cool. And I don't want to go a year or multiple years down the line and be like, oh, I didn't appreciate that. I do really appreciate it. And I'm very grateful to be a part of this team. And I think it's amazing what we've accomplished so far.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear you kind of allude to the fact that everyone's first year in the league, they're not going to make the playoffs. Nobody ever does that. You guys made history last night. And so I'm curious what you think has been the X factor for your team, or who, if there's anybody specifically, you're like, I don't know if we could have made it without these people.
Well, I would say we've had so many different lineups, so many different people coming in and out throughout the entire season. And we had our best player, our all-star, go down, and you've seen that we've continued to win. We've continued to find a way. And so I would say every single person who's come through our team has been the X factor. But, somebody that I really have to give a shout out is Veronica Burton, and how she's led this team. How she stepped up in a leadership role and as, in a scoring role, and defensively too. What she does on both sides of the ball is just seriously so impressive. And, but really, we couldn't have done it without every single person on this team. Whether you play 20 minutes, 40 minutes, or 0 minutes, the energy on the bench has been amazing. The energy in the locker room, just how much we love each other and care about each other. It doesn't matter who steps on the court. We know that anybody can have a great game on any given night, because Temi had the best quote, is we're a team full of 6 women. We've all been in that position where we've had to come off the bench, or, had bigger roles or smaller roles. And so we truly care about one another's success. And I think that's definitely been the X factor, is our unselfishness.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times culture gets overlooked with teams. You think you can just get all these massive, impactful players and that it will just work, if you throw enough talent at it. But I think so much of that is lost. What would you say how would you describe your team's culture, and how have you played a role in that?
Yeah, I think what's cool about being the first, the inaugural team, is that we got to set the culture. We got to set what we wanted Golden State basketball to be. And I would just say it's really just about connectiveness. We talk about it all the time. And if we're connected defensively, nobody can stop us. If we're communicating, then, we know that we have a chance to win the game. And so I would say not all the time do you have to be best friends or really close with people off the court to, have on-court success. But we truly enjoy each other off the court, and we hang out all the time. And like, it's our choice, you know, like this is our job. We don't have to do that. And so,
True, yeah.
you know, the fact that we all just got picked and kind of just placed here on this team and then all ended up really, really liking each other is just kind of unique. And I think it's just super special because we're going through a unique experience. So we've kind of just bonded over that. And, you know, we've really had to have like extra communication, extra chemistry, extra everything, because we know, you know, we might not on paper have the most talent, but we have a lot of love for each other and we have a lot of care, and that's taken us really far.
Man, love is so underrated.
It
Shout
really
out to
is.
love.
And it sounds cliche. It sounds cliche, but it actually is so important.
I'm curious, you know, you came from the Aces, you were playing with Asia Wilson, you played with KP, like, and just the way you're speaking about your team right now sounds like you've absorbed so much of like the leadership skills from them. What did you take from like your old team's culture into this new chapter for your career?
Yeah, I would say I learned a lot in Vegas, and I'm very grateful for that experience and how they took me under their wing. I think you never really know how you're going to be recepted or how it's going to go when you come into the WNBA. And, you know, they really treated me well and wanted me to succeed. And so I'm very grateful for them. And I would just say the winning culture there in Vegas, you know, they had just come off of back-to-back championships. And so how they went about everything, you know, the small details every day and how they treated each other and had fun with each other in the locker room. You know I wanted to carry that over here. And as everybody did, nobody really wants to be in a, you know, crappy locker room, if we're being honest. And so I would say you mentioned Asia and KP and stuff, but Sydney Colson and Alicia Clark, you know, they really took me under their wing and they taught me a lot about how to be a good leader. And I have a lot of room to grow, but that was also kind of my role at Iowa, is like, you know, in the leadership role. And I'm only in my second year, so I have a lot of people to listen to and a lot to learn. And so it's not like I might not be the most vocal leader at this point in my career, but more just listening, learning, and seeing where I can help in any way possible, and just knowing my role in that aspect.
Okay, I needed like a quick sidebar because you talked about like when you first came into the league and, you know, how they took you under their wings.
Yeah.
I feel like when you got drafted, that moment went viral because it was like true, genuine surprise. So I work in the NFL, and when NFL players get drafted, they get a phone call beforehand. So they're obviously surprised by the phone call, but they kind of know what's coming because like the area code will pop up. They know, like, whatever. You were like totally shocked, and there was no phone call before in the WNBA. So A, was it a genuine surprise for you? And B, do you like it the way that it is, like having it be a genuine surprise? Or do you think that it would be maybe just a little better if you had an ounce of a warning so that you weren't so caught off guard?
Yeah, well, I think it's not a surprise for everybody. Like, you know, for like the top, like the first round picks, like, you know, you pretty much kind of know
who's going to end up where.
Yeah. And like there's mock drafts, but there's not like mock drafts for second and third round. And there's only 3 rounds. So I was like looking for like the last month before draft night and seeing if I saw my name on anything. And like I saw my name on like 1 mock draft, and I was like, oh, well, who knows what'll happen, you know? And so I genuinely didn't know. And I was asking my Iowa coaches to like call teams in the league to see if I was on anybody's radar. And, you know, they told me like a couple teams, like, yeah, they talk about you, but, you know, you never really know for sure. And it was about 5 minutes before my name got called. They were like, get rid of your phone, move to the outside of the aisle. And that was it. And so I was looking at my friends and I was like, I think I'm going to get drafted.
That's
and they're like freaking out. They're crying. And I'm like, all right, trying to keep it together. And everybody's like, well, you didn't look surprised. And I say, well, it's hard to look surprised when there's like a camera 5 feet from your face. I'm like, I knew I was going to get drafted in that moment, but leading up to it, I genuinely had no idea.
That's crazy.
You're also so brave for looking at the mock drafts. Like it's like I would never want. I don't even want to read my Instagram comments.
My feelings would be
you're
hurt.
Literally a famous person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My feelings would be hurt if I was not on the mock draft.
Yeah, I was not on very many at all, and they usually only do first round, and so I found like 2 second round, 3 maybe mock drafts with second rounds in there, and I was not on very many.
Because of that, what were you planning to do post-college? Because, like, I know you were at the draft to support Caitlin originally, but then, like, what was that career arc for you looking like before we took a hard turn to the WNBA?
Yeah. No, did a full 180. I was going to get into college coaching some way, somehow. I had reached out to a couple of college coaches, and I also had talked to, like, Coach Bluter and Coach Jay at Iowa, and they had told me, you have a spot here if you want it. But I kind of wanted to get away from Iowa a little bit. Just, I didn't really want to coach my teammates. I didn't know how that dynamic would be.
Totally.
And so I was starting to reach out to other college coaches that I had made connections with through, like, the recruiting process in high school and whatnot. And so, yeah, it's just kind of crazy that everything happened the way it did. And I'm very grateful for it.
Yeah, life really threw a curveball at you.
But a good one.
Yeah. And also, like, what did that do to your confidence when, like, you thought your life was going to go one way? You were preparing maybe mentally for, you not to play basketball anymore professionally. And then they're like, actually, no, we do want you. And we see the potential in you. Like, what did that do for you mentally in terms of how you viewed yourself as a player and teammate and all that?
Yeah, that's a great question because I genuinely didn't know if I was good enough to play in the WNBA. I like believed in myself, and I always knew that it was my dream. And I always was like, if I got an opportunity, I know that I'll give myself a great chance to make a roster. And so even if I didn't get drafted, I just wanted to get an invite to training camp because I knew how hard I worked. I knew, what I bring to a table, on a team and in the basketball setting. And so I didn't know if I was good enough, but at the same time, I had enough belief in myself to know that I could make a roster. And so for somebody to, Becky, to see that in me and the coaching staff in Vegas to just, see, some potential in me, it really did boost my confidence. And I was like, well, they wouldn't pick me if they didn't think I, had good qualities as a basketball player. And so really, I just went into training camp and was like, I have nothing to lose. People get cut all the time. And so just leave it all out there. And, I got, the opportunity and made the most of it.
And leave it out there you did.
That is so real, though, like what you're saying, because I feel like I feel that in my day-to-day life. Like, I think competitive people always feel that way, where it's like you're so hard and so critical of yourself that you're like, can I do this? I know if I got the shot, like, I have all that belief in myself. So it's like a weird, I don't even think it's really imposter syndrome. It's something different, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's like this weird back and forth pull and push with yourself. But I get that. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. It's definitely like the devil and the angel on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Yes, totally. Last one before we do a little rapid fire with you, but it's just the WNBA and women's basketball in general has just exploded, and like the popularity and the growth of it all has been, honestly, as a fan and a viewer, so fun to watch. You're on the first expansion team since 2008. What is it like being a part of this new era of women's basketball, if you will? And do you ever feel like it's growing too fast?
Gosh, I don't know. Growing too fast, I'm not sure. I don't really look at it that way. I just, really look at it as, wow, this is a really cool moment to be a part of. And I hope that it just continues to keep soaring and, flying to new heights. And I hope we bring other women's sports along with us, and pro volleyball, pro soccer. I mean, I feel like that's pretty big, but, can continue to get more exposure. Softball, tennis is huge, but like more exposure to all of these, women's sports, because there are so many great women athletes out there. And I think we all deserve it. And we all, work extremely hard and all deserve the recognition. But I just feel very grateful because when I was growing up, we had WNBA, all of those things, but there wasn't social media, and I didn't get the opportunity to go to very many games, and definitely not WNBA. And so the fact that, I see little kids in the crowd, like little girls and even little boys who look up to us, and they just think it's the coolest thing ever. It's like, that's the coolest thing about it, is that, there's little kids out there that want to be in my position. And, I was once in their shoes. And so it's it's super special and something I don't take for granted. And, I take this role of being a role model. I don't take that lightly at all. Like, I take it very seriously. And so I think it's super special. And I just want it to continue to grow. I don't know about how fast or not. Like, I know we're adding a lot of expansion teams, but there are a lot of great athletes out there and a lot of great women's basketball players. And so I'm excited for there to be more spots and more cities to go visit. And there's going to be some new Midwest teams coming. And so my family will be able to come to more games, which is nice. And, but I just think it's super special.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, let's do a little lightning round, quick questions. First thing that comes into your mind, and then I might have a couple rogue ones here or there that I throw in, but nothing bad. What is one thing that you do quickly pregame that helps you really like lock in?
Visualize.
Ooh, okay. Like that.
Okay, who's the toughest player you've had to guard?
Caitlin.
That's a good answer. What is one thing that you wish people knew about the WNBA?
Gosh, I don't know. I would just maybe like the behind the scenes. We're all just people. We're all somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, things like that. Because I think people are really critical of our game, and so if they saw we're just normal people too, that maybe they would empathize a little more. Like, I'm not asking for that. I don't really care.
Don't be an asshole.
Yeah,
yeah, that part.
Caroline will say it for you, so you don't have to.
Don't worry, I'll be that person.
Okay, who's one person you'd fangirl over if they came to watch a Valkyries game?
I don't know if I would ever like fangirl over.
Okay, you seem a little reserved.
Yeah,
but like somebody that would be like Beyonce or like Taylor Swift or something. That
totally
would be,
easy answer.
Yeah.
How did you react to the Taylor news?
I got the chills. Like,
okay,
I'm a Swiftie, but I'm not like a Swiftie.
Right.
But I saw the Instagram
right
post
here.
and I got teary-eyed and got the chills. It was weird.
I actually was like, you're lying to me when someone first told me. And I was like, and that's a fucked up thing to lie about because I don't play around. And then I saw the post and I was like, I thought I was being punked for like 20 minutes. I was like,
You're like, AI's gone too far.
I was like, this is messed up. Who hacked her account? I don't like this. I feel betrayed. It was crazy. But I feel like everyone's going to have their I was here when Taylor got engaged moment.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. Okay. Another question. This is so random, but game day hairstyle. So I was in college before like the slicked back bun was really a thing. Also like Diana Taurasi in her like documentary series on Amazon Prime. I kept staring at her bun and I was like, that thing doesn't move.
No.
How do you approach the game day hairstyle? Because I didn't have the slicked back. I wish I did in college because like then it wouldn't move. But like you're moving around. Like you got to secure the ponytail, the bun, whatever you choose to do. How do you do that?
What's the secret?
Yeah, give us the tea.
Guys, I would like I don't know if you've seen my hair on game days, but it's like I have all these baby hairs like
so you can't
twirled.
see that.
Yeah. So I don't really do the slick back, but I used to do like my ponytail braided.
Yep.
But the last like 4 or 5 games I've switched it up because I needed a little bit of a switch up and I've just been letting the ponytail free.
Yep.
But other than that, just a brush and some good ponytails, and that's about it. I'm a simple girl.
She's a simple girl.
She's a simple gal, folks. That is all natural.
All natural.
Okay. What is your game day nutrition / hydration routine?
Yeah, I always eat 4 hours. Well, I'll eat breakfast, but always 4 hours before tip off. And it'll just be like grilled chicken and like buttered noodles or like rice. And then about like 60, 70 minutes on the clock, I'll have a peanut butter and jelly.
Uncrustable or homemade?
No, like homemade. Okay. I don't make it, but it's at our facility.
Okay, totally.
Yeah. And then I'll have like honey stinger waffles about 30, 40 minutes before tip off.
Those are good.
Yeah. I drink Drip Drop. And I always have that as soon as I get to the arena. And then, that's about it. And I'll have like a snack at pregame or at halftime if I need some extra fuel. But I keep it simple. Light snacks here and there throughout to keep me fueled.
Okay, I have 2 drop related questions. That's
Yeah.
really hard to say. Okay, first, what is your favorite flavor?
Orange right now.
Okay.
Ooh,
And
okay.
second, I saw that you did a promo video with them in which you described your drip to Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Would you take him one-on-one? Like, do you want to see him on the sidelines?
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Which one? Seeing him on the sidelines or taking him one-on-one?
Seeing him on the
I was
sidelines.
going to say, or both.
Because if I lost to Adam Sandler, that would be
You'd get booted.
yeah, that would be
They'd be
that
like,
would be
we're
really
giving
tough.
your spot to Adam. Sorry.
Exactly, and he's a hooper, so
He's dirty.
I don't know.
He's dirty.
Yeah,
He's like sneaky good. And I
Yeah.
feel like he just pulls up too in like truly his drip and then just like drops buckets on people. And they're just like, what the fuck?
it's deceiving.
It is.
He
It
moves in
very
silence.
is. Okay, going off a little bit of what Blake was asking with the hydration routine, I remember like hating drinking a lot of water in college. This is so niche, but I know you're going to get it because I had to pee all the time and it was so infuriating. What is your favorite thing about having an off the court deal with someone like Drip Drop, for example?
Yeah. Well, it's amazing because it tastes so good. And like I'm like a fun drink kind of person, and so drinking water, like you said, is like it can get boring.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
so even just having a Drip Drop with, you know, my everyday meal or like lunch, dinner, whatever, it just makes it more fun. But it's also, it helps me on game day. It's part of my routine. And, you know, the fact that it tastes really good and it gets me extra hydrated and I can have it literally anytime, it's just, it makes it so much better. And so like, I don't partner with just any brand. And so everybody I've worked with Drip Drop has just been amazing people. And they have like, you know, it works. It's great products. And so whenever you mix like great people and a great product, you know, it makes me really want to work with them. And so, I definitely keep Drip Drop in my everyday routine.
I'm with you. I can't drink plain water. It's just boring.
It's too sad.
And I
It's
don't
sad.
I don't
It's
do
too
it. That's
sad.
why I drink like 17 cups of coffee and then I'm dehydrated
tell.
at the end
See,
of every day.
That's the thing. I always need my coffee, but then I have to replenish with the
Right.
Drip Drop.
Balance it out. There you
Yes,
go.
exactly.
My next question for you, what is something about being in the Bay with other sports teams that you enjoy? So whether it's going to 49ers games, Warriors games, like what is that other sport team in your Bay Area like for you, and which one's your favorite?
Yeah. Well, we haven't gotten to go to any 49ers games yet, but I want to this fall. Support George and Brock Purdy. I mean, he's an Iowa State guy, but still, you know,
bet.
it's pretty cool. And then we went to a Warriors game during playoffs. That was super fun. And then we got to go to a San Jose Sharks game, which was really cool too. But I think just the support you see for all of those other teams has just really carried over into our team now. And so I think that's just really cool is how the fans show up to support all of the teams. And that's what's so cool about being in the Bay Area is that they truly care about their sports and it's genuine excitement, genuine support. And so that's the coolest part. But I'm definitely wanting to get to a 49ers game to see how the fans are there.
No shade to Southern California on this one, but I just do feel like the Bay Area just has like a reputation in the sports world of like, you know, you just think of the Bay Area when you think of California sports, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah.
Sorry to LA.
I think there's too many distractions in LA, kind of like New York.
You know what? I buy that.
And so people aren't as sporty here.
Sure, I buy that.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, last one for you. What is your tunnel fit formula? Like, what do you think about as you're like, okay, gotta look good for the pics today?
Gosh, see, that's the thing is I just don't care. And
That's the Adam Sandler. That's the Adam
formula.
Sandler in her.
yeah, and that's just so bad. So
I was just like, I would dress for a crush because I'd be like, they might see these on Getty.
No, totally.
They might see this on a TikTok edit, you know?
Uh-huh.
oh my gosh, that's the thing is it's the edits. But I have stylists who help me, and they just put like my looks like piece by piece exactly like what I am supposed to wear, and
That's
just
so
like
cool.
put
That
it
is
in like a shared album for me.
Oh,
And
that's so cool.
They make it pretty easy for me. So shout out to them. But yeah, I don't really do much thinking. I make other people think for me when it comes to that.
That's a great thing to delegate because you have other things to think about.
Yeah.
So you know what? Give that to someone else. Love that for you. Okay, Kay, wow, you are our new favorite. Also had to drop the nickname in there
job,
one
Caroline.
time. We're getting it trending.
God.
Next time you are East Coast bound, we will tour you around New Jersey. That
Let's
is
go. Can we
not
go to the
on
Shore
America.
House?
Yes, we're gonna
Yes.
go.
Yeah,
We're going.
Like
the
don't
boardwalk?
ask us twice.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my god, I literally grew up going there when I was younger. I'll save this story for another day. Actually, I'll save this story for when you come and visit us.
There you go.
All right.
But long story short, my sister may or may not have used an ID that was not hers. Got into Karma, the club, did dance on a table with Snooki, then dropped a beer. It shattered everywhere. Snooki pushed her off the table.
Good.
Ooh.
I'm not saying which sister. I'm not saying whatever anything
Right.
else. But the rest you can find out when you come to Jersey.
All right. I can't wait.
Okay, amazing.
Thanks for
so
coming
much,
on,
Kate.
Kate.
You're the best.
Thank you, guys.
Now it's time to close out with our favorite segment every time, every week. You know the drill. Send it. Blake, you're up first.
Okay, my send it for the week to start is that the Chelsea FC women's team announced a partnership with a period care brand called Here We Flow.
Here we flow.
To destigmatize periods, normalize playing while in your period, and just challenge how the media portrays periods in general.
It's crazy because I'm still nervous every time I have my period and I wear white pants.
Same. I mean, I basically don't wear white pants anymore when I'm on my period.
I do. I don't know why I like the challenge.
I like the challenge. I like that you
So
put it that way.
toxic of me.
Anyway, so how did they destigmatize periods? Basically, the players on the team took to the pitch wearing stained shorts to show the reality of periods and promote confidence while playing sports, whether you're on your period or not. So it was like blue shorts, and it wasn't like how it would actually happen in real life. Like if you got your period while playing sports, like it would be fully in your crotch.
Yeah.
It was like a back left thigh.
Okay,
or
so it
back
was
right
more
thigh.
obvious so that the viewer could see it more clearly kind
Well,
of thing.
yes, but also the shorts were blue.
Okay.
So while I appreciate the effort, I mean, it was like a great spectacle. And I think it's like an interesting way to bring attention to all this and to destigmatize it. Honestly, let's go a step further. Put it on white shorts.
Do it. Oh, I
In the
just said I
crotch.
wouldn't challenge anyone anymore. I'm sorry. I take it back.
She's all about the challenge.
I was literally about to say do it with your chest. My God, I need to shut up. Okay. My send it king, Josh Allen, our sweet king. He's the director of Billustration, if you didn't know. He is wearing hats designed by patients at the Buffalo Children's Hospital all season long. So he's auctioning off the hats, and the proceeds are going to benefit the Patricia Allen Fund, which is a foundation in honor of his late grandmother that got started because of Bill's Mafia and them being like so sweet and generous with their donations. And it ensures ongoing support for children in critical care. So this hat this week was featured in illustration by 5-year-old patient Jackson. And like, as if you couldn't love Josh Allen more.
I know.
You thought.
And it's like, I love that it's a local thing. You know what I mean?
know.
That's
It's
so
just very
nice.
Bills. Yeah. Sweet.
So my next send it was the fact that after the U.S. Open, Ben Shelton showed up to Trinity Rodman's game, for the Washington Spirit against the Seattle Reign. And much like how Trinity got to interview Ben after his U.S. Open match
In the press conference
conference, it was so funny. Ben got to put a little headset on and asked Trinity a couple questions. And it was so cute. It was like watching high school lovebirds.
No, truly.
They're so freaking giddy around each other.
She couldn't stop giggling.
She
I was
couldn't.
dying.
Both of them couldn't. I'm like, may this love find me.
I know.
I mean, it's already found me, but may it attack me harder.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
hit
didn't
me.
attack me. Hit me. So hard.
And so he actually got to ask her like legit questions.
Yeah, it was
and it was
cute.
so cute because like she kept going between like laughing and then also trying to really seriously answer the interview questions.
But when they showed him in the crowd, didn't they like label his lower third, his little name tag on the bottom?
Okay, industry insider.
I'm so annoying. Trinity Rodman's +1.
Yes, and actually in the interview too, it was like Trinity Rodman's boyfriend. Like
As it should be.
not like top 10 men's tennis player.
I just want to know, was the director a woman of that broadcast? Because I think she
Must be.
I
I gotta
think she
find
was.
out.
I know.
That would be a funny story.
Someone, the director, please let me know.
Hit us up.
Okay, my final send it. We've all seen this too many times before. We saw it last week when a millionaire CEO was snatching a hat from one of the players at the U.S. Open away from a child. Why do adults keep doing this? I will never know. So essentially, a dad at a Phillies game ran down a ball because a home run got hit into the bleachers. It literally was hit into seats no one was sitting in. He ran down. He grabbed it. He came out away with it. He gave it to his son. Who comes over next but a very angry Karen Phillies fan. And she came and said, that's my ball. Give me my ball. You took that ball from me. And he was like, it's literally for my son, ? And she said, give me the ball. Okay. So he gave her the ball because he was like, I'm not playing this game, which honestly, props to him because
I would probably do that because I'd be like,
way more mature than me. I would have been up in her grill. But so he gave her the ball, whatever. But then the Phillies saw this whole thing. So did the Marlins too.
everyone saw this whole
Well,
thing.
I was just about to say, actually, the whole world saw it. The Phillies gave him a signed bat by the player that hit the home run. The Marlins gave him a swag bag. It was like, okay, good. The good people come out on top. But like, can we not with the children? They're children.
Leave the kids alone.
My God.
Leave the kids alone.
Talking to you. Not you.
Not you. Well-played listeners would never.
Yeah,
Come on.
You wouldn't.
They just throw dildos on the NFL fields instead.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. What's your send of the week? I'll tell you mine. It's Josh Allen. Duh.
I know. I'm feeling Josh Allen this week.
He's so sweet.
He had a great week.
Like, are you kidding?
I know.
God, I can't get enough of him. Okay, sorry. Can't help myself. Just crushing on our good friend, Mr. Josh. Well, that's it for this episode of Well Played. Thanks so much for sticking with us as we have continually gotten more tipsy as the episode's gone on. So I hope honestly, let us know if we should keep drinking as episodes go on.
Later do
you like this kind of vibe from us?
Do you like this side of her? Are you into it?
Okay, until next time, thanks for listening to Well Played.
The only podcast in a league of its own. Cheers.